So since I shot my last video about this triple panel display, the box of which is here, I've already done the unboxing, I have done two things. First, I assembled it, and second, I realized what the part number means. Ahem. MD multi-display 230, that is 23.0 inches, X3 times 3. So it's actually fairly self-explanatory. I guess if they released another one, it would be called MD230X3 V2. That would be my guess. I could be wrong. Anyway, so we've got it set up with the triple monitor stand, and I'm not going to let you look at the back yet. I'm just going to let you bask in the triple monitor glory that is this setup. So as I mentioned in the unboxing, it's about, ouch. It's about the width of my outstretched arms in terms of your visible area, okay? The stand is a little wider than one of them, and it actually is height adjustable, which is pretty darn cool, okay? And where was I going with this? It's so freaking cool. So we are going to run some games on this at some point. I haven't decided whether it'll be on my Linus Tech Tips blog or my NCIXCom channel, so make sure you're subscribed to both so that you don't miss that, because we're going to get some Eyefinity action going on here. And I did figure out what the little, and yes, they are magnetic strips. The little magnetic strips are for, that I found in the unboxing. They're to put on the sides of the monitor to cover up the kind of industrial finish that this monitor has. So cameraman, you can come around to the back, and don't catch yourself in the mirror there. So check this out. So this is sort of the comment I was making a minute ago, is that this setup is probably as close as you could ever get to a custom manufactured just for you setup from Samsung. Because you look at this, the fit and finish of it, while very industrial, very rugged, very all of that, is clearly not mass production. I mean, this is like stamped pieces of sheet metal with, you know, like ventilation holes, and then it's like screwed together and you drill holes through it. It's like it was assembled like just custom. Like they found a Samsung panel and they just like built an enclosure around it just for this, which is pretty sweet. So I want to show you guys how the cable management works on the back, because it's not simple. Okay, so first of all, you've got power. So you can daisy chain the monitors together so that you only actually have to run a single power cord up to the entire setup. So my power cord is going into this one, and then out from there to this one, and then out from there to this one. Here, back up a little bit so I can show you sort of the whole look. Okay, I'm using DVI on the two outside panels, and running the DVI cables over here and down, and then I have a display port cable here, okay? And then for USB, because we do need USB, I've got the control pod plugged in over here, and the control pod is here right now. So that means you could sort of sit it right there in front of the monitor, and then there is a control in and control out. So I plug the control pod into control in, and then control out into control in, and then control out into control in, finally on the third one. Then the whole thing, the only way I was able to get it tidily, and that is without sort of, I could do it a little bit better if it was at home and I was going to be set up like this for good, but was to use some kind of a tie around the bottom here and run the whole whack of cables down the back. So what we end up with at the bottom is 2 DVI, 1 power, and 1 display port to get this whole honkin' thing running. I think there was something else that I still wanted to say. Oh yeah, I haven't shown you guys the hinge. So the hinges, as you can see, I've adjusted them. Come have a look from top down on these. So as you can see, I have adjusted them so they are at their full 30-degree angle, but you can also run it completely flat if you prefer. The setup for this thing, actually, to put together the monitor itself, took very little time at all. I was done in about 5 minutes. Whereas doing all of the cabling actually took me about 20 minutes. So that's the time-consuming part. Here, come have a look at it from the front over here. Make sure you don't catch yourself in the window, because I know you're about to. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is what it looks like if you run it flat, and then just for perspective, here it is with my arm span again, so you can see how long this panel thing is. So as I mentioned in the unboxing, you can actually set it up differently. You can have them all vertical if you want, and then that's a slightly different look. So it'll be less wide but more tall if you set it up that way. So thank you for checking out my detailed impressions on the MD230X3. See, I bet I got it right, even though I didn't cheat. MD230X3. Yep. And yeah, don't forget to stay tuned because we are definitely going to be seeing this thing in action.